The distance between those who win and those who never quite make it comes down to this. Even when you don't see progress, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when nothing seems to be changing, you still choose to build yourself, day after day. And then suddenly, 6 months later, you catch your reflection and think, wow, the miracle happened in the process. So embrace the journey. Embrace the hard stretches. That's what shapes you, not the finish line. You have to own everything that goes wrong in your life. It's a mindset. Maybe it feels a bit artificial at first, but it serves you in the long run. And honestly, if you can go one step further and treat everything good that happens as pure luck, that helps you stay grounded too. The truth is simple. People who push themselves, stay committed, refuse to quit, and take responsibility for their outcomes eventually succeed in whatever they pursue. Right now, you're operating far below what you're capable of. Your potential is miles beyond your current level. You just need to turn some of that potential into action. And ironically, action expands your potential because humans aren't fixed beings. We grow by doing. So enough with the excuses. Step into the arena. Understand this. The human default is to be average, to simply survive, to coast. It takes something special to push yourself to your absolute best, to understand discipline and the value of earning it. Success requires grit, the willingness to stay with it when things don't go your way. When you expect challenges, you aren't thrown off when they appear. You stay calmer, less discouraged, and more determined. And that matters if you want to succeed. If I keep doing the reps, if I keep my head down, if I keep grinding day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, if I just keep showing up, life will eventually repay the effort. And that's real. Every single person you admire, everyone who has what you want, look into their story. You'll find one constant. They didn't quit. They kept showing up. And in the moments when you want to quit, it's easy to get bitter, to get frustrated because things aren't happening when you think they should. And that's when most people give up. Don't do that. Don't ever do that.
There is always a reason to keep going, and the reason is simple. If you just keep showing up, life will eventually reward you. That's how you build stamina. That's how you wire your mind for hope. That's how you train your brain to push through obstacles. Because if it hasn't happened yet, it doesn't mean it won't happen. It just means not yet. It takes courage to bloom. So if you're in a season of uncomfortable growth, understand this: you're far braver than you realize. Your new life will demand the death of your old one. It will cost you your comfort zone, your familiar direction, your old routines. It will cost you friendships, relationships, and the feeling of being liked or understood. And that's okay. Everything you lose is simply what belonged to a version of you that no longer exists. Your life today reflects the choices you've made up until now. If you want a different result, you must start making different choices. Everyone has the desire to do something great, but not everyone understands how to finish the process of dedication, how to follow through with discipline. If you have the desire, you must match that desire with consistency, with devotion, with daily discipline. You have no idea how limitless you are when you stop caring about other people's opinions. Fear drives most of the people you surround yourself with. Most of your circle is afraid because you chose people who mirror your own fears. If you've lost your way, congratulations. Being lost only means one thing: you're close to being found. Sometimes losing your direction is what helps you find a better one. Sometimes you need to lose certain things to gain better things. Sometimes doors must close, even the ones you want to keep open, so the right door can finally appear. And many times your suffering comes from refusing to let go of what's hurting you. One rule of growth is this: if someone is blocking your development, you may need to sacrifice the relationship. It's a harsh rule, but it's real. Stop trying to impress people who don't care about you. Start impressing the 2.0 version of yourself. Ask yourself, what would my highest, calmest, strongest future self be proud of today? Sleeping earlier? Training harder? Eating cleaner? Make a list of the 3 to 5 things the future you would admire. Then go do them. Impressing your future self is worth more than impressing the crowd. What keeps people stuck is fear of the unknown. Staying where you are hurts, but the fear of uncertainty keeps you trapped in places you don't even like. Understand this. Uncertainty is a gift. It means anything is possible. It means life can turn out far better than you imagined. Not every situation works out the way you want because the universe knows you deserve better. When a door closes, feel the pain. Then get excited, because the next door is the one that was always meant for you. We all wait for the right time to start, but there is no right time. You just start. If you have a goal, you also have a responsibility to rise to the level required, to respect yourself enough to work for it. It's not supposed to be easy. If it were easy, everyone would do it. The early mornings, the failures, the sacrifices, all of it shapes you into the person capable of achieving what you desire. Stop running from challenges. Face them. This is the hardest part. Get through this and everything after becomes easier. You'll get where you're meant to be. Maybe not the way you imagined, but in the way you were designed. Don't let anyone tell you what you can or cannot do. Don't allow their small minds to limit your potential. Be who you choose to be. Stop tying your value to external achievements, your income, your job title, your possessions. These can all vanish. Your worth must come from something bigger: your heart, your growth, your character, your journey. Look within. Look at how far you've come. Let that be your validation. The biggest enemy isn't outside, it's the voice inside your head. A voice that may have come from others, but now you've internalized it. You've become your own obstacle. So you must stay active, stay growing, stay searching for who you really are. It takes effort, real effort, but you can do it. And whenever you feel like giving up, remember, someone out there is lying in a hospital bed begging for another chance at life. If they were given your opportunity, they'd sprint with it. So why shouldn't you? Giving up is easy. Anyone can quit. What's hard is waking up knowing yesterday gave you nothing and still choosing to try again, harder, giving 100% with no guarantee. That is the grind. That is what separates people. Your current situation isn't your final destination. There's more to your life. Even if you can't see it, believe it. Everything you're going through is shaping you for something greater. You're more than your pain, more than your struggle. Even if you feel misunderstood and alone, fill your life with appreciation, for breath, for heartbeat, for tiny blessings. Gratitude elevates everything, and I'm proud of you for not giving up. Gratitude shows in your work ethic. The grateful person arrives early, works harder, asks more questions. Greatness begins with the understanding that you can go from nothing to everything. When you have a clear vision and full faith in that vision, the work becomes easier because you know why you're doing it. Haven't you dreamed of a better life? Who do you think that dream was shown to? You. Why? Because it was meant for you. But you must ask for it. You must work for it. Life gives choices, not guarantees.
There is always a reason to keep going. And the reason is simple. If you just keep showing up, life will eventually reward you. That's how you build stamina. That's how you wire your mind for hope. That's how you train your brain to push through obstacles. Because if it hasn't happened yet, it doesn't mean it won't happen, it just means not yet. It takes courage to bloom. So if you're in a season of uncomfortable growth, understand this: you're far braver than you realize. Your new life will demand the death of your old one. It will cost you your comfort zone, your familiar direction, your old routines. It will cost you friendships, relationships, and the feeling of being liked or understood. And that's okay. Everything you lose is simply what belonged to a version of you that no longer exists. Your life today reflects the choices you've made up until now. If you want a different result, you must start making different choices. Everyone has the desire to do something great, but not everyone understands how to finish the process of dedication, how to follow through with discipline. If you have the desire, you must match that desire with consistency, with devotion, with daily discipline. You have no idea how limitless you are when you stop caring about other people's opinions. Fear drives most of the people you surround yourself with. Most of your circle is afraid because you chose people who mirror your own fears. If you've lost your way, congratulations. Being lost only means one thing: you're close to being found. Sometimes losing your direction is what helps you find a better one. Sometimes you need to lose certain things to gain better things. Sometimes doors must close, even the ones you want to keep open, so the right door can finally appear. And many times, your suffering comes from refusing to let go of what's hurting you. One rule of growth is this: if someone is blocking your development, you may need to sacrifice the relationship. It's a harsh rule, but it's real. Stop trying to impress people who don't care about you. Start impressing the 2.0 version of yourself. Ask yourself, what would my highest, calmest, strongest future self be proud of today? Sleeping earlier? Training harder? Eating cleaner? Make a list of the 3 to 5 things the future you would admire, then go do them. Impressing your future self is worth more than impressing the crowd. What keeps people stuck is fear of the unknown. Staying where you are hurts, but the fear of uncertainty keeps you trapped in places you don't even like. Understand this: uncertainty is a gift. It means anything is possible. It means life can turn out far better than you imagined. Not every situation works out the way you want, because the universe knows you deserve better. When a door closes, feel the pain. Then get excited, because the next door is the one that was always meant for you. We all wait for the right time to start, but there is no right time. You just start. If you have a goal, you also have a responsibility to rise to the level required, to respect yourself enough to work for it. It's not supposed to be easy. If it were easy, everyone would do it. The early mornings, the failures, the sacrifices, all of it shapes you into the person capable of achieving what you desire. Stop running from challenges. Face them. This is the hardest part. Get through this, and everything after becomes easier. You'll get where you're meant to be. Maybe not the way you imagined, but in the way you were designed. Don't let anyone tell you what you can or cannot do. Don't allow their small minds to limit your potential. Be who you choose to be. Stop tying your value to external achievements. Your income, your job title, your possessions, these can all vanish. Your worth must come from something bigger: your heart, your growth, your character, your journey. Look within. Look at how far you've come. Let that be your validation. The biggest enemy isn't outside, it's the voice inside your head. A voice that may have come from others, but
stop asking how little you can get away with and start asking yourself one of the most powerful questions a human can hold: how much can I carry? You showed up in this world full of gifts, full of capacity, full of contribution, meant to make a deposit. And if you choose not to deliver it, you're stealing from the generation that follows. They were supposed to benefit from what you were born to create. So if you settle for past accomplishments and refuse to grow into your potential, you rob them of what you were meant to leave behind. That's why you can't let yesterday's work stop you from what you're capable of doing today. Take full ownership of your life. If you do that well, then you can take responsibility for your family. Do that well, and you can take responsibility for your community. Keep expanding what you willingly shoulder, and the range of challenges you can handle grows. Each new burden shapes you into something larger and stronger. That becomes the antidote to the suffering baked into life. Build the biggest, boldest vision you can imagine because you rise to the level of what you truly believe. When you wake up knowing your existence matters to someone beyond yourself, when your actions lift others, when your absence hurts someone's progress, that gives your life purpose. If you don't step into what you're meant to do, people around you will pay the price for it. And that kind of purpose, to serve your family, your community, your faith, your city, your world, that is where the deepest joy lives. So stop saying, "Woe is me, it's not my fault." Let that go immediately. Remind yourself you are the author of your own life. Cause and effect are yours to command. You can't control the world or other people, but you can control yourself. And between any event and your reaction lies your power to choose differently. If you can be still enough in good seasons and in painful seasons to plug yourself into the source, call it God, the creator, the universe, nature, you tap into a force beyond your personality. Connected to that, nothing is impossible. You must be brutally truthful with yourself about how you're showing up, where you're strong and where you're slipping. The danger isn't weakness. The danger is pretending everything is fine. If you won't have the hard conversation with yourself, you'll never advance. You must make a decision. What are you here for? What's the mission? The clock is ticking. People tell me life is short. No, life feels long when you bury your dreams, when you quit on your calling. Time stretches painfully when you deny what you're built for. 2 minutes with someone you love feels like a breath. 2 minutes on a treadmill feels like an hour. Enjoyment compresses time. Suffering stretches it. And when heartbreak hits, when someone you counted on says, "I can't stay," that's when you stand. That's when faith becomes real. That's when you lean on something higher to pull you through the storm, when logic fails and belief has to rise. You need to trust that despite the odds, despite the pain, you can rise again. I believe that. None of us escape death. It's woven into life the way darkness defines light. Losing people teaches you how precious each day is, how blessed you are to breathe, to learn, to laugh, to love, to live with purpose, to wake up grateful for another sunrise and another chance to move through the world. Your mind can unlock any door, and if you keep applying your mind, life reveals new levels. Every level demands a new mindset. You can stop at one level, or you can decide, I want more. More growth, more depth, more expansion. People enter your life for seasons. They're not all meant to stay forever. Some are boosters, necessary for the early ascent, but unable to handle the altitude you're climbing to. When they fall away, don't fight it. They're not wrong. They're simply not built for the heights you're going to. Most people are simply showing up in life, drifting through days, clocking in, clocking out, checking boxes. But you're not here to be like most people. If you're going to spend your days doing something, expect something from it. Value your time. Don't let anyone waste it. Driven people live long stretches without balance. And the world may praise balance, but total balance is rarely found at the top. To be great at something, seasons of imbalance are required. During those seasons, certain things in your life will tilt, and that's the price of mastery. If you orient your life towards the highest good you can conceive, the daily necessities you need will come to you. If you dare to pursue the hardest thing you can imagine, life will reward you more than any safer path. There is no greater road to self-realization than committing to the highest vision you can hold. And ask yourself honestly, do you have anything better to do? If everything you do aligns with your highest aim, your life fills with meaning. Because when chaos hits, and chaos will hit, you'll stay afloat only if you're committed to something that matters. Don't wait for the storm to build your ark. If you start building halfway through the flood, you're not going to survive it. People cling to familiar misery because the unknown is frightening. Life is scary. Growth is scary. Taking a chance on your intuition is scary. That fear paralyzes most people. We're dismantled slowly by small surrenders. Not one big failure, tiny concessions. Sleeping in, skipping workouts, ignoring discipline, losing edge. One compromise at a time until one day you wake up someone you swore you'd never become. You must defend the small things. The little choices matter. They shape your identity. If you want the life God intended for you, expand your bubble. Stretch beyond comfort. Comfort is where failure breeds. Success is never comfortable. Stop living as if you're powerless. You're not. You're powerful, and your life mirrors your inner state. Inaction has a cost. Waiting has a cost. Indecision is a decision. Every moment you delay, you're choosing the same outcome again. Everything in your life has led you to this moment. Every person, every hardship, every opportunity, each one is a dot on the map of your path. And right now, you are standing on another dot leading you forward. Make promises to yourself and honor them. If you say you'll work out, go. If you say you'll eat clean, do it. If you say you'll cut out social media or toxic people, follow through. These tiny promises stacked over time build enormous self-confidence. Your confidence is simply your reputation with yourself. What's most real is what sustains you in your darkest season. That reality is deeper than anything material. We procrastinate because we don't feel worthy. We sabotage ourselves because we doubt our value. But limitation is universal. Everyone has weaknesses. That doesn't mean you quit. You pursue your peak anyway. Dreams without goals are wishes, and wishes dissolve into disappointment. Discipline and consistency turn goals into reality. Discipline doesn't need motivation. It sustains itself. Ask yourself, what would future me want today's me to do? They'd want you to keep the promise. Your calling is bigger than money or titles. It's the part of your soul only you and God can see. A whisper saying, there is more to you. To reach that calling, you can't stay on the bench. When you're disconnected from purpose, you're disconnected from yourself. Without confidence, you mistake temporary defeat for final failure, and that's how people become average. They surrender potential little by little until years pass and everyone says they could have been something. Whatever you're facing will not last. Everything transforms, so you can resist change or partner with it, but change is coming either way.
Every day you wake up, you must create a plan. Every single day. Because discipline compounds. Hard work still works. Sometimes life hits good people with bad situations for no reason we can understand. Life is unfair, and that is the truth you must accept. So the question becomes, what now? Will you allow frustration to take over? Will you lose your temper? Who will you blame? Will you start slipping down into negativity, letting bitterness decide how you feel and how you respond? Or will you rise? Will you lead? Will you confront the adversity with strength, calmness, and resolve? My answer is simple. Lead. Step forward. Become the person others rely on. Take the hits, absorb the negativity, and keep moving. Draw the fire toward yourself. Because you are more than a bill payer, more than a routine, more than a quiet existence. Inside you is someone capable of changing the world. You carry an energy, a presence, a force that can shift the atmosphere of an entire room. But you only discover that version of yourself when you stop walking down dead-end paths. You must build a road for yourself. Others will follow after. And if you wake up with negativity brewing, man, today is not my day, I'm off, I don't feel right. Stop yourself. Interrupt the spiral. Pause, then start counting every blessing in your life. Not the things you want, but the things you already have. Because what you already have is powerful, but you've forgotten to appreciate it. The ability to walk, that's a gift. The breath in your lungs, another gift. The ability to think, see, reason, blessings. I could list 50 more without even knowing your story. Gratitude rewires your mind. The moment you saturate your thoughts with gratitude, your entire emotional state shifts. Your perspective resets. Lazy people do a little work and expect greatness. True winners push themselves to their limits and still worry if they're doing enough. He who says he can and he who says he can't are both usually right. That's the truth. Some things in life are simply out of your control. You can't change them. You must accept them. But your choice remains. Will you quit or keep going? What do you believe about yourself? Will you trust the negative voices? Will you believe the people who tell you that you're insignificant, unworthy, unlovable? There are people who face things they couldn't stop: loss, chaos, pain. And their first instinct was to force control, to fix everything, to manage every detail. And when they couldn't, they broke down. They became angry. They lost patience. But an older man once told me, "Young man, you can't speed up the river and you can't slow it down. At some point, you need faith." Maybe that's why you're here, to hear this message. Maybe you need to dust off your dream. Maybe you need to revisit your imagination. Maybe you need to finally acknowledge your gifts so you stop tripping over your own doubt while the answers have already been planted inside you. And the truth is this: in the simple act of standing back up, of refusing to quit, you discover your strength. You remain unbroken. When you walk into a storm, you will not be the same person who walks out. That's the purpose of the storm. You can't always control what happens, but you can absolutely control how you respond. That is where your power lives. You had a vision so clear, so vivid, you could almost grab it. But somewhere on that path, the dream morphed into a nightmare. And in the nightmare, the doubts showed up. Why am I even doing this? Am I enough? Am I capable? I know those questions. They destroy people. And if you don't have answers, you quit. But the answers exist in the repetitions, the hours you've put in, the training you've done, the sweat you poured into your craft. Do not forget the work that built you. Always honor the struggle. Adjust to the struggle, because the struggle is the classroom. There are moments where life crushes you. You fall. You lie on the floor with no energy to rise. You put on a brave face during the day and cry alone at night. Fear enters. Doubt enters. Uncertainty about your future keeps you awake. You fear judgment, criticism, whispers. The fear freezes you. So let me ask you, do you still believe you have hope? The truth is, everyone wants greatness. Everyone says they want to be a diamond. That's nothing new. But not everyone gets it. Here's the twist: everyone could get it. There's no secret vault blocking your path. No one is stopping you. It's about willpower. It's about discipline. It's about sacrifice, consistency, and heart. Your greatest competition is the person in the mirror. It's always been you versus you. You must be the one who wakes up disciplined, who works when nobody's watching, who commits daily. Burn the lies. Forget the excuses. Live the truth. Take action. You must work on yourself. Develop your mind. Strengthen your spirit. Remove people who drain you, those who don't grow, don't try, don't dream, don't fight. Attract people who are hungry, relentless, unreasonable. Birds of a feather flock together, and if you run around with losers, you will become one. Remove them if you want to rise. No one has a story of triumph without surviving tests. No one enters battle and calls themselves a weapon without being tested. Whatever you're facing right now may blind you. It may trap your focus, but you must keep dreaming. Dreams move you beyond survival. Dreams remind you this moment is temporary, or even if it's permanent, you can still build a beautiful life around it. Dreams lift your eyes when everything feels heavy. Dreams give you reasons to continue. If you want true success, you must see life clearly, not through denial, not through distortion. When you see things as they are, life becomes a game you can play well. Don't chase success. Focus on becoming your fullest self. It's necessary to understand that not everyone will see your vision. Not everyone will walk with you. Many people prefer to complain rather than change. You are uncommon. You must believe in yourself even when nobody else does. That belief is necessary. Choose a target. Aim. Move toward it. As you walk, you grow wiser. Your target may change, but it will change with purpose. Discipline yourself in one direction, see how life transforms. Our best effort doesn't always guarantee success, but it's still our best. And the possibility of failure does not make effort meaningless. A symphony ends, but it's still beautiful. Life won't hand you water when you're thirsty, and success without fulfillment is failure. If you don't decide how you want to live, you'll become a copy of everyone else. Your mind doesn't automatically create happiness. You must direct it. There is no worse outcome than achieving everything and feeling empty. When heartbreak shatters you, most people rush out of the pain. But the secret is to stay. Because difficulty is disguised growth. People don't chase happiness, they chase the absence of pain. What you tell yourself shapes your reality. But somewhere in life, you stopped encouraging yourself. You stopped saying, I can do this. You start the day criticizing yourself, tearing yourself down, and then wonder why you don't feel motivated. Your effort rises or falls on the words you speak to yourself. You complain about your job, your financials, your relationships, your opportunities, complaint after complaint. Stop. Silence the whining. If you want change, the first step is simple. Make a decision. One decision. If you've made wrong decisions before, make the right one now. Confidence grows from one thing: keeping the promises you make to yourself. You lack confidence because you care too much about what others think, because you haven't built a good reputation with yourself. Raise the standard of how you treat your own word, and confidence naturally grows. You know what you must do, the habits, the disciplines, the behaviors that will elevate your life. Do them. You control what you focus on, what you say to yourself, and what you do next. Master those, and you master your inner world. There are two worlds: the outer world, where you build, achieve, and create, and the inner world, where you interpret, feel, and decide. Many people master the outside, but are a disaster inside. But how you do anything, with integrity, with discipline, with intention, is how you eventually do everything. This isn't about childish rules. This is about mindset, spirit, character. It's about how you show up and work for the things you claim to want without letting circumstances dictate your energy.